I am Neha Sharma. Welcome to our special program Discussion on Spiritual Knowledge. Let us start the program and know the views of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj versus Jaigurudev Pant's Saint Tulsi Sahib Ji.
Has your Pant emerged from Radhaswami Pant from Agra? Yes, it is true. The Guru of our Swamiji Maharaj was associated with this cult. Does a soul who attains salvation resides independently in Satlok or gets absorbed in Satpurush like a drop in the ocean? All souls after attaining the immortal state enjoy the immortal status and acquire the form of same ocean. A drop of water fell into the sea becomes the form of sea. A drop fell into the water and took its shape. What are those two words? Should those two words be chanted? No. No. Worship is done of them, and it has been written in that book that
कि सत्य पुरुष जिन जानिया सतगुर तिसका नाम तिनके संग से हुबरे नानक हर गुण गाओ.
These were the thoughts of Saint Tulsi Sahib Ji from the Jaigurudev Pant. Now let us know the thoughts of the respected Maharaj of Radhaswami Pant. Maharaj Ji, I would like to know that has your sect originated from Radhaswami Pant, Agra?
yes, it has its origin or beginning from Swami Shiv Dayal Singh Ji Maharaj from Agra.
Does a soul who attains salvation resides differently in Satlok or gets absorbed in Satpurush like a drop in the ocean?
The soul who is liberated from the world gets absorbed in the lap of his Supreme Father in the same way as a drop merges in the ocean.
These were the views of the Maharaj of Radhaswami Pant. Let us know the thoughts of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj.
बंदी छोड़ कबीर परमेश्वर जी की जय. बंदी छोड़ गरीबदास जी महाराज जी की जय. स्वामी राम देवानंद जी गुरु महाराज जी की जय. सत साहिब ग्रीम नमो नमो सतपुरुष को नमस्कार गुरु की नहीं. सुर नर मुनि जन साधुआं संतों सर्वस्ती नहीं. सतगुरु साहेब संत सब डंडो तुम प्रणाम. आगे पीछे मध्य हुए तिनको जा कुर्बान.
With the infinite grace of the Supreme God, the complete Lord, Creator of the whole universe, all you pious souls are listening to the discourse, complete God. God Kabir is the creator of whole universe. He is our Supreme Father. He is our creator.
तुमेव माता च पिता तुमेव बंधु च सखा तुमेव विद्या च द्रोण तुमेव सर्व मम देव देव.
He is that God in whom all these qualities exist. Shri Savan Singh Ji himself accepts that
के दो अक्षर का भेद बतावे सोए गुरु पूरा कहावे.
this has been written in Guru Granth Sahib. They themselves agree that the one who tells the secret of two-word mantra is the complete Guru. These two words are neither with Jaigurudev's sect. If someone asks them the question, are these two words to be chanted? No, their worship has to be done. When you do not know the mantra, then how will you worship? When you do not know these two words, what will you worship then? They are making fools. They are trying to hide the truth. But till when? It is said,
चोर चुरावे तुमड़ा और गड्ढे पानी में वो गड्ढे हुआ ऊपर आवे न सच्चाई छानी ना.
and the evidence they take from Guru Granth Sahib, it is made clear in that the mantras have to be chanted and Guruji will give that two-word mantra. There they say Satnam is our caste. They did not understand Satnam yet. then how can they go to Satlok? Those who have not been able to define Satnam to date, their theory is wrong. So how will they reach Satlok? And we will give proof to you that he has become a ghost, the head of Radhaswami, Shivdayalji, and is speaking in his disciple Bukki after becoming a ghost.
सोए गुरु पूरा कहावे, 2 अक्षर का भेद बतावे.
In the speech of Guru Nanak Dev Ji,
पंडित जेतु पढ़िया 2 अक्षर बिन 2 नावा, प्रणवती नानक एक लंघाए जय कर सत समावा.
there is a 2-word mantra, and the one who is familiar with this 2-word, that is Satnam, is of 2 words. One is Om and second word is Tat, that is symbolic. He will be the complete Guru. These are incomplete Gurus, Radhaswami ones, Jaigurudev ones, and all these Dhan Dhan Satguru ones. These Thakurjis are providing 5 mantras, and these Dhan Dhan Satguru, Sacha Sauda, Sirsa and Jagmal Wale have shown cleverness. Someone must have pointed out that you are chanting the mantras of Kal, all 5. They started with different 3 mantras, Satpurush, Akal Murat and Shabd Swarupi Ram. They showed cleverness that now no one will say that you chant the mantras of Kal, but these mantras are not correct. These are synonyms of God, names of glory, such as Akal Murat, of that God in form. Murat means in form, which does not perish, never dies. That Akal means that imperishable God. And Satpurush, Sat does not perish. Purush means God, so that is imperishable divine. Satpurush also means the imperishable God, and Akal Murat also means the eternal God. And the Shabd, Swarupi Ram, a word never perishes. It is indestructible. God, the eternal form, means the imperishable God. Its meaning also of Shabd Swarupi Ram is indestructible. Now this is the preaching of these Dhan Dhan Satguru ones, of Sacha Sauda Sirsa ones, and the people of Jagmal Wali. And these near Hisar, they call themselves Mastane Mastune, consider them all to be water of the same well. This is how they do. In Ganguva, there is one place of Mastana, 600 Mastana, 900 Mastana. Then there will be many thousand Mastanas. And these people do not know ABC. Akal Murat, Shabad Swarupi Ram, Satpurush, keep chanting it. God will be attained. These are the titles of God, like keep saying Jal Pani Neer, Jal Pani Neer, Jal Pani Neer all your life. Neither will you get water, nothing will be obtained. The way to obtain what you call Jal Pani Neer is separate. Its procedure is different. Bring a drill, bring a machine, bring pipe. Then work for that, do that procedure. And that is 2-word mantra Satnam, which is of 2 words. In that 1 word is Om and 1 is Tat. It's secret. Those who have received Satnam can understand it. Then the drill of Satnam will have to be done while inhaling and exhaling. Now while digging, we move down, the soil has to be poured out and the pipe will keep going inside. The soil will continue to pour out and the pipe will go till the water. The job of these 2 words is to reach till the water, that is of this drill and pipe. After that, there is Sarnam. Means by chanting Satnam, we can cross 21 universes and can cross 7 Sankh universes of this Akshar Purush, Kshar Purush, Akshar Purush, and third is Paramakshar Purush. To get a permanent place in that abode of Paramakshar Purush is that Sarnam mantra. It is also called Adinam, call it Sarnam or Adinam. God Kabir had come himself and told that,
कहते हैं सो हम शब्द हम जग में लाए और सार नाम हमने गुप्त छपाए.
he did not disclose the secret of Sarnam.
धर्मदास तो लाख दुहाई, ये सार नाम कई बार न जाई, सार नाम बार जो पढ़ी, बिचली पीढ़ी हंस नी तरही.
This Adinam is separate, taking the same example The drill did its work, has brought the pipe down and reached till water, but water is not obtained with this. Now a machine will have to be installed, a hand pump machine which is operated with hand. Understand that to be Sarna Mantra. And then the object that will be received from it, that is God, that is water. You also have to chant that Sarnam. You have to work. The hand pump has to be operated. And then water will come out. This is how the Jal Pani Neer water will be obtained. In this way the God will be attained. The ones with 3 and 5 mantras will go straight to hell. They cannot have salvation. Pious souls, the purpose of this servant is not to criticize anyone. But the soul is crying as they have ruined millions of lives, these Radhaswami, Dhandan Satguru, Jaigurudev, and where will they take people, these Nirankari ones and all these? They do not know ABC. They are working as messengers of Kal. They talk about Sachkhand and have no idea of ABC of Satnam Mantra. They do not know Satnam to date. The Radhaswami cult, from whom has this originated, his good name is Shri Shivdayal Singh Ji, and now they call him Radhaswami. They consider Radhaswami to be the biggest mantra of God, whereas Radha was the wife of this Shivdayal, and he was her Swami. Though his wife's name was different, but people started calling her Radha. Now the younger brother of Shivdayal, Singh Ji, Pratap Singh, used to call his sister-in-law Radha and considered the brother as Krishna. Therefore, they started calling him Radha Swami, as Uma Swami is a word, Uma Swami. Uma means Parvati and Swami is her husband. Uma Swami means Lord Shankar. So Radha Swami means Radha's husband, that is Shivdayal. They are doing the worship of Shivdayal, and Shivdayal has become a ghost, speaks in Bukki, his disciple. So where will these innocent souls go? Think logically. You are intelligent, have made computers today, have made internet. But we do not apply even a little mind in this. And they have crores of followers. I will show you a trailer how much knowledge these Radhaswami gurus had. Then where will they go?
उठा ज्ञान ध्यान कहाँ लाओ, ये बात विदा चतुराई.
Those whose theory is wrong. A practical is done on the theory. Those whose theory is wrong, then their practical is automatically wrong. They talk about going to Satlok. They do not know what is Satnam. This is to eat or drink. Or is this to sing a hymn, or is it a place that gurus did not understand it till its last breath? So where will the followers go? Now I will show you. See, this is a book. Sarvachan Radhaswami Vartik. The publisher is Jagdish Chandra Sethi, Secretary Radhaswami Satsang Beas, Dera Baba Jaimal Singh, Punjab 143204. Printed in India by Lakshmi Offset Printers, Delhi. With their preface only it will be clear. Now see, Sarvachan Radhaswami Vartik, which is a collection of the words of Huzur Swamiji Maharaj. These speeches were noted by the followers during sermons and other discussions. A few years after Swamiji Maharaj left for Supreme Abode, these were collected and printed in the form of a book. In 1902, Baba Jaimal Singh Ji Maharaj got this printed Sarvachan Radhaswami Vartik for the first time in Gurmukhi script. That is, it was already printed in other languages, and in 1902 Baba Jaimal Singh Ji got this printed in the Punjabi language, Gurmukhi language, and the present book is according to the same Gurmukhi edition, and now its Hindi version is being published. From 1902 to 2012, it has been 110 years today. They are reading this nonsense blindly and could not understand what he wanted to say. Now look, Swamiji Maharaj's good name was Seth Shivdayal Singh Ji. You were born on 25th August 1818 in the city of Agra. Your father's name was Seth Dilwali Singh Ji and your mother's name was Mahamaya Ji. Your ancestors were the residents of Punjab and Guru Granth Sahib was recited at home. Your mother and father were devotees of famous Sant Tulsi Sahib of Hathras. Swamiji Maharaj also had a lot of association with Tulsi Sahib Ji. That is Shiv Dayal Singh Ji, whom they call Radhaswami. He also had a lot of association with Tulsi Das of Hathras. That is, had heard a lot of his discourses. Swamiji Maharaj had inclination towards spirituality since childhood. Sitting in a room, you practiced Surat Shabd Yoga for 17 years. For 17 years while sitting in a room. This is forced worship and is nowhere mentioned in any holy scripture. This is arbitrary practice of these people. Look ahead, you read this on page 5 and now look at 6th. And in the year 1861, on the day of Basant Panchami, he began to openly preach sermons and Surat Shabad Yoga. Look ahead. In 1856, that is 5 years ago, Jaimal Singh Ji got initiation. Then he worked in the army for 32 years. He retired in 1889 after receiving pension and started living on the banks of river Beas. Now, Shiv Dayal Singh Ji died in 1878 at the age of 60. 1818 plus 60 is 1878 he died, and Jaimal Singh Ji after 11 years in 1889 started the setup according to his wish on Beas River. Babaji came to Beas and did sermons. He went there and another acacia tree grew. Now we move ahead. Pious souls, this is a subject to think. Shiv Dayal Ji died in the year 1878. His soul went wherever it was supposed to go. And then in 1889, after 11 years, Jaimal Singh Ji sets up ashram in Beas. This proves that he did not have the order to give initiation, otherwise he would have immediately quit his job and started the work. Like this servant was graced by our Gurudev. This servant got initiation in 1988 from respected Gurudev Ji. And in 1994, this servant was ordered that you grant initiation. From that very day, this servant had started giving initiation from 1994 and in 1995 quit his job when spiritual responsibilities increased too much, and after that has been in service to date. In 1861, he became eligible to do sermons, Shiv Dayal Ji. And in 1856, Jaimal Singh Ji took initiation 5 years ago, that is, his initiation was incomplete at that time. Guru was also incomplete. He was not even authorized to be at the post of Guru. Shiv Dayal Ji had no Guru and they make him their Guru. Now, virtuous souls like the electricity comes here so that connection is still the thermal plant. If there is no thermal plant and someone has tied a wire to a wooden pole and from it we are taking connections forward, will the power come? Cannot come in 7 births. This is the situation of the Shiv Dayal Ji cult, Radhaswami Panth and its related sects like Jaigurudev and this Dhan Dhan Satguru of Sacha Saudavans considered these the same situation. When Jaimal Singh Ji had no Guru, and when was he made a Guru? He took the initiation in 1856 and became worthy of doing sermons in 1861. Till then he was incomplete. He was involved in the worship. Kanchi sarsam peed kar khal huve na tel. And then in 1889, he started providing initiation on his own. Shiv Dayal Ji died in 1878. If this Jaimal Singh Ji considers him as his mentor, if he had the order to grant initiation, then he should have started on the same day and continued the service as well. So with this, it is proved that this group has been gathered by completely unknown people. Innocent devotees got trapped. Considering them as supreme by getting trapped in Kal's web, they are ruining their lives to date. The aim of this servant is that you get rid of them and come here, get this real Satnam mantra. Now I will show you what they call Satnam. See this. It is the same book. Sarvachan Radhaswami Vartik. Radhaswami Dayal's Mercy, Radhaswami Sahai, revealing sermon of Huzur Radhaswami Sahib. Now here are the words of Shiv Dayal Ji. The only work is that human beings, that is a man, should send his Surt means soul to his treasure and exit means destination Satnam and Radhaswami. Here they call Satnam a place, which means Satnam. They are calling Satnam a place. Let's move ahead, and they are calling Radhaswami also as a place. This you read on page 13. See the 14th. Now come here. Their speeches are like Gita 1, 2, 3. Now you read second, now look at the third. All the priests, preachers, incarnations and prophets have been in every religion, all of them, based on the power of their worship, have moved inwardly towards the destination, and not everyone reached the destination. Some rare seekers and followers reached the third level, and only saints till fifth, that is on Satnam, on fifth level. Here they are telling Satnam to be a place, listen carefully, pious souls. And some rare saint till level 8th means Radhaswami. Here Radhaswami is a place and Satnam is also a place. They have made it clear. Now look on page number 15 and verse number 4. Their speeches are like Gita according to them. Now it should be understood that the post of Radhaswami is the highest place, level. And this is the name of the Lord and true eternal and true God. Now from this level, from Radhaswami place, 2 levels below this point is Satnam's destination. Satnam they have proved as place of Satnam, that is the place of place. Look at their rubbish. What are they saying? Now they have further defined Satnam, have given information about this Satnam. This Satnam which saints have called Satlok, Satnam, Sachakhand Satnam, Sar Shabad Satnam and Sat Shabad Satnam and Satnam Satnam and Satpurush as Satnam. Wow! The natives of Satlok. This Radhaswami cult is absolutely the trap of Kal, and this Shiv Dayalji himself became a ghost. What will happen to you? Now I will show you that he has become a ghost and still they do not accept, so you have drunk too much drug of Kal. God Kabir says,
कबीर ये माया अटपटी सब गट आन अड़ी और किस किस न समझाऊं या कुआ भांग पड़ी.
Now this is Shiv Dayalji, their supreme, who is called Radhaswami. Although this is a different thing, yet we will go on that basis. For some time we will be able to explain to you. These are the views of this Paramdhani. He is not understanding Satnam as what is this thing. Satnam is this some place. And then they give 5 mantras, Omkar, Arankar, Jyoti Niranjan, Soham, Satnam. In that there is a mantra Satnam and Soham and Satnam.
कहीं की ईंट कहीं का रोड़ा हरियो राधा स्वामी कुणबा जोड़ा.
They have done this work. Now here what do they tell Satnam? This is a place. Then Satnam is this Satlok, is Sachakhand, is also Satnam, is also Satpurush, is also Sarnam, and this is Sar Shabad also. Wow, deities. Now like if someone has not seen a car in a dream, has not seen patrol a city, a wild person somewhere in 200-300 kilometers away from the city, he heard from someone. Some rural person had gone there and he heard some verbal knowledge and then he tells to others. After he goes back, I go out in the city for outing, I sit in the car and drive, it runs with petrol, it runs on the road. Then someone asks him, brother, how is car, petrol, city and driver? Then if he defines, he will define it like this only, who has not seen anything. That petrol is also called the car, driver is also called the car, road is also called the car, and city is also called the car. So this is their definition of Satnam of Shiv Dayal ji. Now let me show you further that Shri Jaimal Singh ji is considered a direct disciple, as they believe he got a sermon from Shiv Dayal Singh ji, and he established his place at Radhaswami Beas and gives same 5 mantras. He was succeeded by Shri Savan Singh ji. Now the water from the same well of Shiv Dayal was in Jaimal Singh. The same water of Jaimal Singh ji, the same thoughts came to Savan Singh ji, and Savan Singh ji's disciple was Shri Balochisthani Shah Mastana Shri Khemamal Singh ji. Shri Khemamal Singh ji, who set up this dera in Sacha Sauda, Sirsa, separately because Savan Singh ji did not give him order to grant initiation. At that time, these two became authorized. One was Kripal Singh and one is this Shri Khemamal Singh ji. Both had a struggle and Savan Singh ji made Jagat Singh ji, a Sardar Singh ji, a successor and bypassed both. So they came and made one dera in Sacha Sauda, Sirsa, Khemamal Singh ji, and the other one, Kirpal Singh ji, started new setup in Delhi on his own. And then from Kirpal Singh ji, Thakur Singh ji became a rebel because he gave the throne to Rajendra Singh, but Thakur Singh ji wanted, he started new setup separately from Agra itself. A sect originated, Jaigurudev cult in Mathura. Understand Jaigurudev cult of Mathura also, the water of the same well like that of Shiv Dayal Singh ji, and they also give same 5 mantras, all 5 of Kal. Tulsidas of Sathras says, consider all 5 names of Kal, all these 5 are the worship of Kal devil. I will show you in there. Ghata Ramayana. Now I will show you they are not understanding Satnam. How has Savan Singh ji defined Satnam? I will show you. Look at this. Sant Mat Prakash part 3. This is Shri Savan Singh ji Maharaj. Its author Shri Savan Singh ji Maharaj, that is, this is the collection of his words of this Shri Savan Singh ji. This is the Sant Mat Prakash part 3. Its publisher is Jagdish Chandra Sethi, Secretary Radhaswami Satsang Beas, Dera Baba Jaimal Singh. The printer is Gop Sons Papers Limited, Sant Mat Prakash Part 3, and see on page 102. Look here, Sachkhand or Satnam is the 4th place. Sachkhand or Satnam is the 4th level. On page 106, the same follower says, Huzur, where there is the glory of God, there is some ongoing question. Maharaj ji, Savan Singh ji says, which Ram are you referring to? Same follower says, are Ram many? Then Maharaj ji says, Savan Singh ji, Ram are 4. Which Ram are you referring to? Look here on page 107. The follower says, Huzur, tell about all 4 Rams in detail. Now Maharaj Savan Singh ji began to define.
एक राम दशरथ कर डोला, एक राम घट घट में बोला, एक राम का सकल पसारा, एक राम त्रिगुण से न्यारा.
The first Ram is the son of King Dashrath, who was born in Treta era and was the incarnation. He came and went by performing his duty, but now he cannot meet us, cannot do our work. The second Ram is the mind, which is present everywhere. The third Ram is Brahm, who produces the entire universe, nurtures and destroys it. The fourth Ram is Satnam. Wow, you idiots. They say the fourth Ram is Satnam. Previously Satnam was Sachkhand, Satnam, Satlok, Sarnam, Sat Shabad, Satpurush. And they say the fourth Ram is Satnam. And this is the real Ram. This is their knowledge. Now I will show you. They himself accept that.
सोए गुरु पूरा कहावे जो 2 अक्षर का भेद बतावे.
Now see this Sant Mat Prakash Part 4 composed by Savan Singh ji. a collection of sermons of Huzur Maharaj Sawan Singh Ji, Part 4, Satsang Vyas, Sant Mat Prakash, Part 4, Maharaj Sawan Singh Ji. The publisher is Seva Singh, Secretary Radhaswami Satsang Vyas, Dera Baba Jaimal Singh, District Amritsar, Punjab. The printer is Sartaj, Printing Press, Tanda Road, Joshi Estate, Jalandhar. Now let us go to its page 261. On the 261st page, this is the same Sant Mat Prakash Part 4. There is one speech here of Shivdayal Ji. They have tried to elaborate it. They have tried to translate that.
अक्षर रूप निरखती चाली छोड़ दिया अब देश बिगाना.
This world is destructible. That which is indestructible is Brahm and Niyakshar is Parabrahm. Since this world has been created, we have been living in this world. But now, with the grace of the Guru, the soul is leaving this palace and going to Satlok. Now in Guru Granth Sahib, there are very deep and hidden secrets. At one place it states,
52 अक्षर लोक तेरे सब है कुछ इनके माही, ये अक्षर खिर जाएंगे वो अक्षर इनमें नाही.
Guru Granth Sahib, page 340. They have defined this. Then what is said in Guru Granth Sahib on page 1171? They are mentioning that there is something also. About this, it has been written in Guru Granth Sahib, separate from 52 words. सोई गुरु पूरा कहावे दोय अखर का भेद बतावे, एक छुड़ावे एक लखावे तो प्राणी निज घर को पावे. Then it is said,
जे तू पढ़िया पंडित बिन दोय अक्षर दोय नावा, आह प्रणवत नानक एक लंगाए जे कर सत समावा.
if you have qualities, are knowledgeable, then tell those letters. Those letters are in Parabrahm. This translation is of his speech, is the translation of these two words of Sawan Singh Ji, but the meaning of the actual speech is not this. Here they are saying, tell those words, and then themselves saying that those words are in Parabrahm. One letter has created the world and one has created the Satlok. Kabir Sahib tells the same. Kahe Kabir akhar do bhak, hoega khasam to lega rakh. Guru Granth Sahib, 329 pages. Now look, they have taken the reference of speech of God Kabir. The speech of God Kabir says that two words must be spoken, have to be chanted. They say they are in Parabrahm. Or hoega khasam to lega rakh. The authorized Guru will grant these two mantras of the two words. In this, one is Om, one is Tat, later is secret. So if he is correct, authorized, then you will be protected when the time will come, else there will be no benefit. Even if the Satnam two-word mantra is taken from a fake Guru, then also it will be useless. This has been written in Adi Guru Granth Sahib, that is Guru Granth Sahib on page 329 in Kabir Ji's speech. Then Guru Nanak Sahib also tells, Ek akhir hari man base nanak hot nihal. So this one word has come now, but these two words are separate. This is Satnam of two words. And this one name, this is Sarnam, is Adi Nam, Nanak Hot Nihal. Souls will be liberated with this Sarnam. Look further, they are moving around Satnam. At one place again, Guru Granth Sahib says, Ved
कतेब समृत सब शासत इन पढ़ा मुक्त न होई, एक अक्षर जो गुरुमुख जापे तिसकी निर्मल होई.
This Adi Nam also has to be chanted after taking from the Guru. This has to be chanted. They say these mantras are not to be chanted, not to be recited. It has to be worshipped. What will you worship when you do not know the mantra? Ek akhar jo gurmukh jape. Chanting after becoming disciple of a Guru.
तिसकी निर्मल सोई.
It has been written in Adi Guru Granth Sahib on page 747. See now. Sawan Singh is defining the words of these saints. Those words are within you. This will be obtained after reaching Parabrahm, after death, after becoming a ghost. It will be obtained. The saints are saying that you have to chant it from mouth. Both these words and also Sarnam, this religion is not our religion. This caste is not our caste. This country is not our country. Our country is Sachkhand. Our caste is Satnam. Wow, idiots, the residents of Satlok. Now they say Satnam is caste. They are not understanding Satnam. Where will they go? And then further what they are telling, that words have levels. Om word, Soham word and Sat Shabad. The Soham word, God says, Soham.
सोहम शब्द हम जग में लाए.
The Soham word is nowhere in the scripture. Now, virtuous souls whose knowledge is zero, whose theory is baseless, is wrong, what will be their practical? With this, it is understood that it is a useless chant. All 5 mantras are of Kal. See, this is Ghat Ramayana of Tulsi Sahib Hathras Part 1, Belvedere Printing Works, Allahabad, Part 1. And now, this is Ghat Ramayana Part 1. This has been written by Satguru Tulsi Sahib from Hathras. Printed from here. Now on its page 27, you will see Shiv Dayal Ji has introduced Tulsi Sahib Ji's knowledge in the society by making it further rubbish. This is page 27th, Pind And Ka Bhed.
अंतर गुफा तहाँ चल जाऊं और जहाँ साहिब के दर्शन पाऊं, पांचों नाम जीव जब भाखा और छठवां नाम गुप्त कर रखा.
They are only talking about 5 mantras, did not tell the 6th name. They say it is a secret.
और पांचों नाम काल के जानो, तब दानी मन शंका आनो. निर्गुण निराकार निर्वाणी धर्मराय ये 5 बखानी. जीव नाम निज कहे विचारी, जान बूझ दानी झकमारी.
Now the words of the soul.
दानी सुनो विधि बात हमारी, हम चले जाऊं पुरुष दरबारी. सुरत नृत ले लोक सिद्धाऊं, आदि नाम ले काल गिराऊं. और सतनाम ले जीव उबारी, अस चल जाऊं पुरुष दरबारी.
Now the Satnam and Adi Nam are different. Satnam is 2-word mantra. In this, 1 word is Om and other is secret. It will be told by the servant. Satnam is of 2 words. And this Adi Nam, this is Sarnam. All these 3 have to be chanted. This Satnam also has to be chanted of 2 words, and Adi Nam is also to be chanted, like you read in Guru Granth Sahib that
एक नाम गुरुमुख जापे नानक होत निहाल.
this is also to be chanted. They say no, it is to be worshipped, not to chant. And this Radhaswami Panth, Dandan Satguru Panth, this is the water of the same well, this Jaigurudev Panth of Mathura. There is a book, Sachkhand Ki Sadak, Road of Sachkhand, and this has been published from Sacha Sauda Sirsa, Satnam Singh Ji, who is the 2nd authorized to the throne. It is written by him, and he is also the water of the same well I will show you. Little change has been done after understanding from somewhere. See this, Sachkhand Ki Sadak. Now the name of the book is like, the road is of the metal, climb on it and go to Satlok, and you will not see even ABC in this. After hearing the name of this book, anyone can be impressed that God is now finally being attained. First part. Servant of the servants, Hazur Maharaj Satnam Singh Ji, Dera Sacha Sauda Sirsa. This has been printed from Haryana. Dhan Dhan Satguru Tera Hi Asra. This is part 1. The printer is Indra Sen, Prabandhak, Paramarth Updesh Printing Press, Dera Sacha Sauda, Shah Satnam Singh Ji Road, Sirsa, Haryana. Phone number so and so. Let us take you to its 226th page. This is 226th page, Sachkhand Ki Sadak, and this Alakh Anami Aya Sare Desh Chhod Ke Ji Chhod Ke. Look ahead while translating. It has been written, Alakh Anami Aya Re Sare Desh Chhod Ke Ji Chhod Ke. Triloki, Sthul, Subtle and Karan. This is their Triloki. The entire creation done by Kal, Devil. The country of saints is Sachkhand or Satlok, and that is the place of Satpurush or Adi Purush. They call it Adi Purush or Satpurush's place, and that immortal, indestructible, and is always one. There is only brightness and only light. In reality, God is not there. The beginning and the end of the entire creation till human body is done by Him, and that is Satlok. The land of saints is Sachkhand or is Satlok, and that is its place. Till here, what they said, it is correct. They must have listened properly from behind and wrote it down properly. Satlok to Sachkhand is called Satnam, Sat Shabad and Sar Shabad. Wow, it's drug of the same well. All of them say this Satlok is the country of saints, is such a Khand or Satlok, and that is the place of Satpurush Adi Purush, and that is immortal, eternal. Only brightness is there, only light. There is nothing, and that is called Satnam, Sat Shabad, and Sar Shabad. Now, you know that they are the water of the same well, Jaigurudev Panth, Sacha Sauda, Dhandan Satguru Sirsa, and Jagmal Wali, and in Gangua 600 Mastana has also originated from there. And this mission of Kripal Singh Ji, which is in Delhi and which has been run by Jaimal Singh Ji from Beas, from Agra, all are the water of the same well, and they have the same water, have the same knowledge that is being told to you.
Does a soul who attains salvation resides independently in Satlok or gets absorbed in Satpurush like a drop in the ocean? All souls, after attaining the immortal state, enjoy the immortal status and acquire the form of the same ocean. A drop of water fell into the sea becomes the form of sea. A drop fell into the water and took its shape.
These were the thoughts of Saint Tulsi Sahib Ji from the Jaigurudev Panth. Let us know the thoughts of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj.
They say there is only light in Satlok, only brightness, there is no Satpurush, and when the soul reaches there, it gets absorbed in it like a drop in the ocean, just like dying by drowning. So pious souls, first, no one will have interest that they go die by drowning in it, merge in it. A clear example is if someone says that God is in the ocean, go and jump. How many will die then? Few innocents might do it. Otherwise, any sensible person would say it is told that we will see God. His hair follicles have brightness equivalent to millions of sun and moons together. This has been written in God Kabir's knowledge, and the liberated souls who have gone there whisk on God. How would they whisk the formless? And then they tell that Sant Singh Ji has narrated the story. One time there was a queen named Indramati. She was at the time of God Kabir. By the way, they do not know when was she and when God had come. Still, whatever knowledge they have given by arranging from somewhere, let us understand that. And Queen Indramati was the disciple of Kabir God. First, Kabirji merged in the sea in Satpurush, and after that, when Queen Indramati went to die by drowning. So what do they tell? After what did she saw? She saw the position of Kabir Sahib there, that he is Satpurush. Then Queen Indramati says, "O God, you are really eternal, you are almighty. And if I would have known before, I would have served you." Now look at their wisdom. According to their knowledge, according to the legislation of Radhaswami, according to the knowledge of Jaigurudev, if we consider that first Kabir Sahib went and got merged with Satpurush in that brightness in the ocean, and after that the queen merged in that, then how did they discuss there? The existence had ended by putting the drop in the sea. Then can it have separate existence? Then how did she saw Kabir Sahib Ji there in the form of eternal God? The reality is that Kabir is God. Kabir is Supreme God. He is Satpurush, the imperishable God. God's one hair follicle has brightness of millions of sun and moons are joined. Indramati, in reality, saw God. You were really Supreme God. Our mind was not working, else we would have recognized you. This is the reality. It's true, but their theory is wrong that first Kabir Sahib got absorbed, after that Queen Indramati got absorbed. Then how would they discuss and talk amongst themselves? See their ignorance, and millions are following these fakes, considering them as correct, because the belief of the devotee is that whatever Guruji is saying is correct. These fakes misused them. They ruined them. They destroyed the lives of innocent souls. Now look at the words of Sant Singh Ji. Santmat Bhag Prakash 4, on its page 264, it has been written, on 264th page, Santmat Bhag Prakash 4. One follower asked Sant Singh Ji, who is Sant Singh Ji? He is the Guruji of Sacha Sauda, Khemamal Singh Shah Mastana, Balochistan. This is Sawan Singh Ji. Follower questioned him, Maharaj, how far is the title of saints? Maharaj Ji, Sawan Singh Ji answers, we do not have such intelligence and wisdom to understand the title of the saints. But still listen, Queen Indumati was during Kabir Sahib's time. First, Kabir Sahib merged with the Lord, then the Queen merged. When the Queen went to Sachkhand and saw the position of Kabir Sahib, she said, Maharaj, if you would have told me in advance that I am the Eternal, then I would not have unnecessarily bothered to do the worship. Kabir Sahib replied, you would not have believed at that time. Now we will analyze this pious souls according to their knowledge, according to the legislation of Radhaswami, according to the legislation of Jaigurudev. If we consider that eternal God is not there, is formless, only brightness, only light is there, how they have tried to present the truth as ignorance, according to their legislation, but still it's not hidden. It is said, चोर चुरावे तुंबड़ी और गाड्डे पानी में, वो गाड्डे वो परावे, यूं सच्चाई छानी न. Now think, according to their knowledge, they say that first Kabir Sahib went and merged with the Lord, the drop fell into the sea, his existence finished. And then they say that the Queen went and merged in that. Both became one. Then at what time did they talk? How did she see Kabir Sahib? If there is no existence there, then how did she see? The truth is that God Kabir Sahib himself is in the form of eternal Almighty Lord there. The reality is that Kabir is God, Kabir is Supreme God, he is Satpurush. Swami Ramanand Ji has said,
दोहू ठोड़ है एक तू और भया एक से दो और गरीबदास हम कारणे आए हो तुम मगजो.
God Kabir himself says,
हम ही अलखला है कुतुब गोस और पीर गरीबदास खालक जनी हमरा नाम कबीर. ए स्वामी सृष्टा में और सृष्टि हमारे तीर दास गरीब अधर बसू.
God Kabir tells, I live up above. My name is Kabir. And these ignorants say that first Kabir Sahib got absorbed, then later Indramati merged. Then how did they discuss? Use your mind a little. Previous followers went to hell. Now you save yourselves. The rest who are trapped by these fake gurus, get rid of them and get your welfare done. This time will not come again. Now one proof they have given here. I will show you more on page 189 of this same book, Sant Mat Prakash Part 4. Sawan Singh Ji is answering, similar was Queen Indumati when Kabir Sahib took her to Sachkhand. Reaching there, she saw that Kabir Sahib only is eternal God. She says, if you would have told me that I am God, so would I not have served you? He says, you would not have believed. Now that you have come here, you may call me what you wish. Now this is the truth. This conversation is correct as it is of Indramati and Kabirji. It has been written in the story of Indramati. This they took it right that Kabir is God. And they have tried to prove their wrong theory as well with this story on the 264th page in the Sant Mat Part 4. In that, they have tried to explain that first Kabir Sahib got absorbed and after that, Indumati went and absorbed in it like a drop in the ocean, and then they are talking common ignorance. God Kabir Ji tells,
मोती मुक्ता दर्शत नाही ये जग है सब अंदरे दिखत के तो नैन चिसम इनका फिरा मोतिया बंदरे.
They look like great sages, great scholars, saints, gurus have reached Sachkhand. They did not understand Satnam. Where will they go? For this reason that Shiv Dayal Ji is speaking from within his disciple Bukki by becoming a ghost.
Sat Sahib.
To know more about this, you should visit www.jagadgururampalji.org, and you can also visit Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj and Satlok Ashram YouTube channel.